Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Aroa and I make lifestyle videos but also videos about personal development. Today's topic is how to grow from failure. So if you're interested in hearing some tips to grow from failure, keep watching. Okay, so my main tip to grow from failure is to understand that failure is absolutely necessary for success. So you cannot have success without failing first. You have to fail in order to have success. Failure is what makes growth and success possible, and you cannot avoid it if you want success. So if you want to succeed at something, you have to be pretty okay with failure, but you have to handle failure. So, really, the biggest lesson that you could take from this video is to understand that failure is so important and you cannot avoid it when you're on your way to succeed. And what you really need to understand is how you handle failure. And failure should be an opportunity for you to figure out what's not working that's preventing you from succeeding. So, failure is your opportunity to learn from your mistakes and to fix whatever you need to fix in order to become closer to your success. See, in so many occasions, we misunderstand failure and we think that when we fail, that's it. I failed. That's it. But that is not the right mindset. Failure is there for you to learn and to see what's not working so that you can become closer to your success. So it's all about understanding failure, and instead of being avoidant of failure, embrace failure for what it is, which is an opportunity for growth. So instead of making failure the big enemy, try to make failure an opportunity to get closer to your success. Do not make it the enemy, make it part of the process, and do not let it bring you down, because it's not meant to stop you from what you're doing. I think that's people's misunderstanding of failure and people's lack of ability to do a bit of personal development and see failure as an opportunity. So the point of this video is to help you understand failure a bit more so that it doesn't bring you down in whichever goal you have set for yourself. Failure is such a big part of the process, and without failing, you cannot succeed. You have to fail so that you see what you need to change in order to succeed. It's just part of the process, basically. So, the next time that you fail, ask yourself why. Make it an opportunity instead of the end of your journey. Do not make it the end of your journey. Failure is not there to remind you of what you cannot do. It's there to help you achieve it. And that is the mindset change. When you change that, there is nothing you're going to be afraid of, because you're not going to be afraid of failing, because you do not see failing as such a dangerous or scary thing. You see failing as an opportunity to get closer, because you're looking at it with the right eyes and the right mindset. So think about it. Think about how you're dealing with failure, and think about whether or not your mindset is helping you achieve your goals. Because if you're someone that struggles being afraid of failure, then this video can be extremely helpful to help you change a little bit your mindset so that you can move closer to your goals and actually see failure as an opportunity to achieve them. So, once you've done a little bit of thinking about what went wrong that created the failure, now you need to put the lessons into action. So nothing gets fixed by just thinking. You have to execute, you have to act. So you have to make the actions needed in order to actually correct that issue in your future steps. So that's how to really grow from failure. You take it as an opportunity to learn, and once you have learned what you did wrong, you have to take the action that is necessary for you to improve. Okay, so act on your own feedback, act on it so that you can actually prevent other failure from happening. Okay, so another thing I want to talk about regarding how to grow from failure is that sometimes we fail along the way, but it's not really because of something we did. And that's another side of failure. As in, maybe, for example, there is a relationship that you thought was going really well and suddenly it failed and it wasn't your fault. Like you're thinking, there is nothing really I could have done. That can happen. And in fact, that's happened to me a few times. Not in a relationship, but in other situations. And that's something that we need to understand, right? We cannot control everything. We can't control people. Really, we can't. We only control ourselves. And so sometimes you have to allow the failure to happen and move and carry on with your own goals, because sometimes you fail at something and the failure actually had nothing to do with anything you did, and that can happen. And in that case, you just have to understand that you cannot control people. You have to understand you cannot control people, and people need to do their own personal development. You know, people are not going to become better and more reliable, more professional, better to work with just because you want. People have to do the work themselves, and not everybody is going to do it. So you have to value that, you know, you want to work with people who are intelligent, professional, who have good morals, and you want to deal with those people in your personal life as well, but you have to understand that not everybody is at the same level. So that is just something for you to just allow that to happen, and then maybe try to improve your ability to select the kind of people you work with, as in the kind of people you work with or the kind of people you surround yourself with. There is a bit of learning there, because even though you cannot control people and what they do, you can control who you choose to be around. So maybe you can get better at that side and understand that the better you're picking the people around you, the more success you'll create, right? So, myself as an artist, I face failures all the time, and I feel like that's why I've learned to see them differently. I mean, most people talk about, you know, the idea of being an artist, just because it's so difficult. You have to handle rejection really well. You go into castings and maybe they reject you a lot up until you get one booking. So, honestly, my journey as an artist, model, and actress, it has taught me a lot so far, and it has helped me to reframe the way that I see failure, because you just simply have to in order to continue running. And that's why I love being in this field so much, because everyone says, oh, it's so tough. Yes, and that's the beauty. That's the beauty, because when something is tough, you learn more, because you are forced to learn more in order to keep running. So, I mean, I hope you found this video helpful. I think that growing from failure is essential to achieve any goal that you have. And I think these tips can help anyone who is struggling, being afraid of failure, or growing from failure. So I hope you like this video. Drop your comments, and I'll catch up with you soon. Bye.